All right. Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Working Hour. This is part two of the WHMS radio style podcast where we're talking about the album Masterminds by Rick Ross. My co host here, Shane, say hi, Shane,
Hi, Shane.
is going to bring us back in with track number 11 BLK and WHD, formerly known as Black and White.
Coming in at 4 minutes, we got, black and white. The song opens with some synth tones and some bass before the chorus hits. It, of course, comes in really quick. Uh, young, black, but he's selling white. Wanna gain it all, but you gon' lose your life. The song title says it all. Song is about trapping and selling drugs. Bang! Your window shattered like it never mattered. You move and weight, your pocket's getting fatter. It's politics when it comes to sticks. Ski mask and glove, want a brick. My money funny, but you gotta love it. High heel thuggin' in Magic City, these bitches fucking. Your homie doing taxes, they call it fraud. I'm minute out of traffic, still moving hard. Um, I also like the line, Instagramming shit for all the teachers I despise. Never saw my vision, you only saw me suspended. Now my white bitches be fucking me till I'm winded. The beat is pretty simple on the song, and it doesn't really like change too much. Song stays like pretty straightforward from chorus to verse to chorus. I only gave this like a 6.2 out of 10. It's good, but it's not like blowing me away or anything.
Okay. So yeah, I thought there was like a slow count in almost to the intro of this, like a little drum count in. It's really subtle in the intro. The beat drops around 16 seconds. I thought this one was pretty interesting, and I'm surprised you didn't really touch on it a lot, but it does mention Trayvon Martin, which, and it also mentions the Magic City, which he references later,
hmm
being, I don't know if it'd be Florida. I mean, Florida's obviously not a city, it's a state, but just kind of that area of Florida. Like there's a lot of geographical mentions of Florida. But yeah, I thought this one was interesting with some of the references. So the Trayvon Martin reference, like I said, I thought that was interesting. Ross actually defended the lyric in an email to Vibe. I don't know if it's Vibe Magazine or Vibe.com. We've brought Vibe up before, though, on the podcast with some of their. It's definitely a musical related form of media, if you will. So Ross defended it, explaining that he was reminding people, especially people of color, that they must always stay, quote unquote, stay accurate or, quote, on point in a country where they could face similar dangers as Martin did, which I agree. Sadly, like I agree to that 100%. It's a damn shame. But he said he also wanted to ensure that the world never forgot the name Trayvon Martin, which I like that. I definitely like that. Also, he like a verse later he drops Wingstop, like the lemon pepper aroma, which comes later, 2 lines after the Trayvon Martin verse. I thought that was kind of a hell of a jump. But he does, as I stated in the intro, he does own multiple Wingstop locations. Another verse I liked was which is what you mentioned, Shane. My money funny, but you gotta love it. High heel thuggin' in Magic City, these bitches fucking. Um, it's pretty solid throughout. The beat is really solid. The lyrics are solid. I feel like they hold a lot of depth. I don't have anything more really to say to it than that. I want to say I give this a higher score than you. I kind of zoned out there. I gave this a 7.3.
Okay,
And I
yeah.
think just based on the content and then Ross having to come out and kind of defend his lyrics to a degree, I kind of liked it. It gives the song a lot more of a heavy vibe to it. Makes it hold a little bit more water. So yeah, 7.3 on that one. And then we're gonna move to something. I
You don't like
digress.
this one.
I mean, I didn't hate
No,
it. I
I hear
didn't
you.
hate
I
it at
hear you.
all.
Hey, tell it like it is. Tell it like it is, bro.
Track number 12. We got "Dope Bitch" in
Skit.
quotations. Skit. 2 minutes 53 seconds. So I thought it was interesting. Pretty wild. Never really heard anything like it. The two women, RK and Money Marie, bragging in an exaggerated competitive fashion about their immense wealth and luxurious lifestyles, which to me really fits the lifestyle of like the album. Overall, yeah, it's nothing crazy. I honestly thought, especially towards the end, it comes off kind of comical, where I feel like the two women kind of break character. It, it,
Yeah, I
it
do,
almost
I
is.
do, I do like the end where it's like, okay, hold up, there's a lot of money on the floor. Let's get that.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that.
It's like I don't have any basic bitches to pick that up right now.
Yeah, no, it's. I didn't quote anything from it because I'm like, this is kind of ridiculous. But yeah, I feel like they do kind of break character towards the end. It almost. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. It's almost like some 90s porno shit you would hear. Like it's just so fake in a way where you're like, this is
Sure.
exaggerated as
It's like
fuck.
I'm here to fix the cable.
Yeah.
All right. No, I'm here to
With
deliver
my
this.
12-inch dick.
I have pizza. Let me guess. You don't have any cash on you, do you? Like, yeah.
But yeah, I didn't give this a great score. But it's just a skit slash interlude to me. I gave it a 6.0. It's definitely nothing like God help you if this is your favorite song on the album.
Right. Yeah.
It fits the
It's
album
like you
to
probably a bitch if you listen to this and this is your
you're a
favorite.
cuck for
Yeah.
sure.
You a
Want these,
dope bitch.
want these women to walk on you. But it does fit the album in a way. That lavish lifestyle, and the fact that they kind of break character almost makes me think maybe Ross put this in here like he was fucking around with two bitches that were like trying to flaw on him, and it's like,
He's like,
nah,
he's like, nah.
you guys don't really have it.
You feel a spot on the album though if you want.
It's like you got to pick the money off the floor though.
Yeah, pick it up.
With your
That's
face.
my money.
With your face. I gave it a flat 6, just a 6.0.
Okay, so I got not really much to be said about this one. I mean, it's probably my least favorite interlude on the album.
Oh, that goes without saying.
Yeah, I mean,
It's kind of goofy though. It made me laugh.
because I mean, there's like 3 interludes, 2, 3.
Yeah, this
Something
one
like
is
that.
definitely the longest.
It's just, I mean, it's just 2 girls and 1 guy in a car. The girls telling the guy like about how boss they are and how they have a taste for the finer things in life, such as washing their hair in champagne and having basic bitches pick up their money.
Well, also like people washing them in champagne. It's like,
Yeah.
wouldn't that burn the puss? Just in
You
a
would
in a
think.
bath of champagne.
You would
I'm
think,
gonna get in there. I'm gonna be a little bubbly.
but I even went lower on this. I gave this a 5 out of 10. Was
Yeah,
like,
I could have went
this-
lower. I probably should have.
You're fine. Um, On to track number 13. We have "In Vain" featuring The Weeknd. And
Puff Daddy produced this too. I'm pretty sure.
Well, what?
Puff Daddy.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
Did he?
Okay. Did he?
Did he?
Did he produce it? All
Did
right.
he? Did he?
Yeah, no, this is another like one of the standouts on the album for me.
For
Honestly.
me, for sure. Yeah, both of us then.
There's a quiet opening with the distorted voice by The Weeknd where it's I don't gotta sing a sober vein in
That
my
was him.
body.
That was his distorted voice.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure for sure.
Because I mean he sings that. later
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
so
I
it's
know, but
like-
I just wasn't sure if that was his.
yeah. And I like the do not apologize. I quite enjoy messy. Like that's really good. I see that bottle after bottle got you going crazy. The delivery is like softly sung and gradually picking up as the beat picks up with it, before really popping on the chorus at 138 with the "It makes me smile," like
It makes me smile.
Cause I got it. All the pain, sweat, and tears just taking a piece, but now I got it. Man, look at the king, or man, look at the kid now. Can't nobody stop me. I don't have a single sober vein in my body. Like, I like it. It's good. I could see someone just being like in that state, being like,
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
made it. You know what I mean? This is a song of 2 halves. When it comes to the Weeknd's part, it feels like a Weeknd song. Then whenever Ross comes on the song, it feels like a Ross song. I like Ross's part, Bel Air running down the rollie in her arm, pinky ring 600, what you know about it. And I remember thinking like $600, or do you mean 600K? And then I thought about it, I was like, what if it was 600 million and the pinky was just like all the way down here and the other fingers were like pushed back because it was so fucking big.
Makes you wonder.
I'm sure he means 600K.
Yeah.
Probably. probably.
if
But
anything, yeah.
I'm the champ, baby, real deal, Holyfield. Got the bitches, won it dirty, went and bought the crib. 25 mil, I'm going 25 to life. 100 acres, keep my shooters all through the night. I really like the piano and electric guitar on this track. It gives the song a very dramatic feel and a sense of escalation. Gotta grind till your eyes closed. Stay strapped till the trap close. They scream made black on the cell blocks. All my dogs who used to sell blocks. I really think these two collaborated really well on this. It's one of my favorites off the album. I gave it an 8.1 out of 10.
Okay.
So
We're somewhat close on this one for sure. Yeah, this was definitely one of the higher rated songs for me, 100%. It's very distorted on the intro with The Weeknd coming in. Uh, but around 20 seconds, The Weeknd's voice clears out and he really takes over. I really liked his vocals on the song, as did you, it sounds like. I had heard this before, but I totally kind of forgot about it. It just kind of like slipped my mind. Upon listening to this, so I instantly added it to the like songs. I had to. Around the 1 minute mark, the bass really intensifies. To me, The Weeknd is the real standout to me on this track. I quoted a lot of the same lyrics you did. Don't apologize. I quite enjoy messy. I see that bottle after bottle you got going crazy, and doing shows after shows got me so lazy. So write it out for me and take it off for me. It's a good vibe. It's a good vibe. Good vibe. The hook is like haunting in a way, that it makes me smile. It makes me smile. It's kind of like a sinister tone almost, which really kind of knocked my socks off. This was definitely the peak of the album to me, and it's kind of almost like unfortunate in a way because it's The Weeknd that makes this song for me. But The Weeknd really holds his own. Ross's part on this track was fine too. Uh, I really was a fan of the verse. I'm the real champ, baby, real deal, Holyfield. I like that. Like some of his writing is really good, really clever. Real deal, Holyfield. You know who Holyfield is, right?
yeah,
Boxer.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's that line alone is really boss. It's a solid track, and honestly, it's probably my favorite on the album. But again, that kind of goes with just The Weeknd singing his part. Um, I gave this a 7.8, so
Okay.
we're pretty close. And that will move us on to track number 4, or I'm sorry, track number 14. It's got a 1 in front of it, you dummy. Sanctified, featuring Kanye West and Big Sean. So I loved, put that in caps, the intro on this one. It's very soulful and unlike anything we'd heard like up to this point. Um, I wrote that this was the highest charting song on Mastermind to date. I don't know if that's true or not. I pulled that from Wikipedia. I didn't look at resources.
Okay.
But it debuted at number 25 on the UK R&B chart and number 78 on the US Billboard Hot 100. Which I don't know if that's 100% accurate because I feel like you said there was a song that was higher than that. But whatever, it is what it is. Um, Rick Ross himself actually said the song was one of his favorites featured on Mastermind. He said Sanctified was most definitely one of the favorites. It's because how much time just watching Kanye put into this because it actually started as a sample. We did the sample maybe 10. Hold on, I lost my spot here. Uh, we did the sample maybe 10. Jesus. I'm like zooming out, zooming back. We did the sample maybe 10 different ways, and then we ultimately went with a beautiful lady out of Miami, which is cool. It's out of Florida. Miss Betty Wright. She blessed us. So just hearing that chorus, just hearing the way it came out, all the time we put into it, it most definitely was dope. And that's from Ross's self. I'm kind of paraphrasing there, but the soulful sound lasts for like the first minute before we get the real first like rap verse. Kanye flows really good on this. Um, I don't sweat it. Wipe my forehead with a hank. How does he say it?
Handkerchief.
Yeah, the way he says it. Chair. Uh, it totally loses its soul vibe, but the beat with what sounds like strings flows really good. The soul vibe does come back around the 2 minute 20 second mark, and again, it just knocked my socks off again. I put them back on and knocked them back off again. It's soulful, but it kind of gives me a gospel vibe with Miss Betty Wright. She's very good. I kind of almost want to look into more of her stuff because when I pulled her up, It was a black and white photo, so I'm assuming back in the day is where she came from. But
Sure.
nonetheless, solid. There's plenty of verses that were solid. Keys to my success. I got new keys and a new address. Bitches that I date don't got degrees, but they can dress. Fellatio's amazing. Make grilled cheese for you the best. Major cult figure. I'm the new fresh David Koresh. I really like this one, and there was a lot of writing, and all the contributions were crazy. Kanye's, I mean, this is 2014 Kanye, so let's
Hmm.
remember that. He's a hell of an artist, and with Ross is a hell of an artist too. And then bringing Mrs. Mrs. Wright into it too. I feel like this is a really good collaboration. I'm a little low on my score honestly because I think this one could be up there. I gave this a 7.7, but honestly, I could see this hitting the 8 crest for sure for me personally.
Okay. So the song has the buzzing as it opens, like a fucking handful of the other songs off the album. And I think it has the I'm playing it right now. No, it doesn't. Okay. So it has a buzzing like it's a radio dial being turned. Song opens. Uh, from there, it spends about a minute sounding very gospel between a women singing in the back about being born again, the organ, the drums in the background before Big Sean comes in with the chorus, synth tones for the beat. All I want's $100 million and a bad bitch, plus that paper chasing, it done turned me to a savage. At 112, Kanye West comes in and raps for about 16 seconds before the beat really drops and starts to thump. So you can go on and make up lies, but I'm so sanctified, I don't sweat it, wipe my forehead with a handkerchief, and wash my sins in the blood of Jesus. People saying, yay, we need another Yeezus, which is funny because Yeezus came out year before this. So it's like, yeah,
A little bit of a callback.
follow it up right there. Coming off E, there's a hook for the intro, from the intro, and a chorus from Big Sean before Ross comes in. Keys to my success, I get new keys and new address. Bitches that I date don't get degrees, but they can dress. Fellatio's amazing, make grilled cheese for you the best. Major cult figure, I'm the fresh David Koresh. I really like Ross's verse on this track. He has some really solid lines, and the beats, like, they hit really hard to punctuate like his and Kanye's lines. Like it's very
It's a
bold.
pretty good 1-2 punch.
Yeah. So yeah, I like Kanye on this, and I like that. I feel like Kanye is a little bit more out there than Rick Ross is,
Oh, 100%.
and I feel like Rick Ross kind of like stepped it up to like kind of
Imagine.
yeah get there with him. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. On to track number 15. We have Walking on Air featuring Meek Mill. The buzzing again opens, zipping synths, horns. I pray we all live forever. I pray I'm a servant to all prophets. May I be rich forever. 27 seconds, the beat drops. Money on my head, pussy boy, that ain't enough. The intro transitions into the verse very well. Beat is very trap. I particularly like the lines baptized by the dope boys, ordained by the assholes. My salvation is the cash flow. The song also does this fade in and out with the beat. It fades out after Ross's verse and back in for Meek Mill's verse. Meek Mill comes in fast with his bar. Meek Mill, how you get that hoe? Cause I get that dough. I switch that flow. Check my style. Look at look at that row. On my wrist on some shit. Make a call. Who is this? Think it's Benji on the line. He called, tried to flip. Ross has one more verse. Fuck a tutor, better get a shooter. Teach your ass a lesson when they running to ya. That line kind of cracked me up. You gotta get a tutor for that. I gave this a 6.5. It's good, but it's not enough to like make my like songs. So
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I like the opening verse. I pray we all live forever. Pray I'm a server to all prophets. May I be rich forever. Similar to what you had. Um, I also have money on my head, pussy boy. That ain't enough. Bullet to your trap. Strapped next to my or strapped in my armored truck.
my armored truck.
Your Miami house next. Tell that bitch to duck. I like that. It's a really good flow. Song really fits the vibe of the album. Just being elite and kind of walking on air status, which is what I kind of think this relates to. Um, I thought it was really wasn't arrogant, more almost like a thank you in a way for like putting me to this level of status. I'm gonna be honest though, I wasn't really crazy about Meek Mill's feature in this. Wasn't
Hmm.
crazy about him, but I know like Ross signed Meek Mill.
Sure.
Meek Mill is kind of like his boy, which is cool. But I really preferred Ross's like his verses more on this track, which hasn't always been the case where he's featured other artists. Sometimes I actually like the other artists, like the previous was it the previous track? Yeah, the previous track on its way, like Kanye's part was fine. But the part with the weekend, like I definitely liked, I definitely liked the weekend's part more. Um, Apparently Alex did too. But yeah, this one was it was fine. We're close on scores on this one, but it was kind of meh for me. Nothing really stood out to me musically or lyrically. Um, I still liked it. It was fine. It's just like you said, it's nothing that would make my like songs. I gave this a respectable 6.6,
Okay.
and that will move us on to track number 16, which is a good one.
It
Thug
is.
Cry, featuring
It's single.
yeah the last single, the third single, if you will, featuring Lil Wayne. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It's a quiet little bassy intro. I don't have a whole lot for this one. This is gonna be kind of short. 10 seconds in, we get the I just wanna be the one you love. I really enjoyed that. It felt like kind of fits the vibe. 34 seconds. Lyrics come in, beat picks up. It's really solid. Plenty of solid verses. Um, I live on Billboard. Where the fuck I go next? Like I kind of like that. Um, Little Wayne's part was fine for what it was. This is one of the ones where I actually preferred Ross's verses more, similar to the last track. Um, I thought this one was definitely like it was a little bit of a different side of Rick Ross. It was a little bit more vulnerable. Um, that line where he's like, "Sometimes I ask myself, do thugs cry?" And it's like, I don't know. You're kind of putting yourself out there and you're being vulnerable, which I feel like he didn't do. I mean, we're on track 16, and to
Right.
say track 16 is saying something. We're pretty deep into this. Um, and I thought that line it kind of hit me. Like it's like, man, that's pretty deep, especially for a guy him to admit that. So yeah, I thought it showed a different side of him. Um, this was the end of the album minus the deluxe version. So if we didn't do the
Hmm.
deluxe version, this is where we would have stopped. So I kind of liked it, and it was cinematic to a degree because the
I feel like Little Wayne kind of like adds a little bit more to it, to like
yeah
to
yeah for
that like
sure
cinematicness to it.
yeah 100%, I agree with that yeah but yeah, so this was the exit of the original release, if you will. Um, so yeah, it was cinematic in the fact that there was almost like a door shutting. Was the sound on like the ending of the track, which I really liked. And he also kind of Rick Ross himself kind of shouts everybody out. I think this was this his sixth studio album?
Something like that.
Yeah, and he
Close
kind
to
of
it.
just mentions everybody, thank you for doing this. I thought it was very humble and it was very, do thugs cry? It showed like a different side of him where it's not
A
like I'm a
softness, like
badass motherfucker. It's like it was just
I'm
very humble.
surviving bullets flying. It's like, man, like,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
I'm human too.
he's still human too. I'm looking at my score and I kind of I mean I gave it a decent score for me. If you guys have listened to the pod before, anything above a 7 to me is something I would throw on any day of the week, Monday through Friday. I gave this a flat 7, but um, in all reality, like this is a pretty good song. And honestly, I don't know Rick Ross's age. Do you by chance know his age?
Well, 2013, he was 37.
Okay, so him and Lil Wayne are probably
They're
close
close, yeah.
to the same age. So that's kind of cool that he put Lil Wayne on this, not somebody that's like 20, like
Right.
completely different age group. Because like me and you are both 30 now, so it's
Yeah.
like someone who's 20, it's like you're
You're a baby.
you're a little baby.
You little baby.
Yeah.
You fucking ma. You lost. You didn't do anything wrong, though. You know what I mean?
100%. So yeah, I gave this a flat 7, but honestly, it could be up a little more, especially with this being like the last song on the original studio album. I liked it a lot though. It was a good send off. I mean, we're doing the deluxe version here, so it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But I like the song. It was definitely more vulnerable. It showed a different side of Rick Ross, which it's like, you just a big teddy bear. Let me get some cuddles.
Boy. Big boy.
That's all I got though. Take it away.
Okay. So I got there's a quiet fade in of music before the female vocals hit. It's by Betty Idle. I just want to be the one. I just want to be the one you love. I just want to be the one you run to when you're down. I just wanna fly. I'ma show you tonight that I'ma put it down, baby, take you past the sky. The vocals, they're like distorted, but they're also like clear compared to like the muffled music. Ross comes in with a kind of short verse before the chorus, followed by Lil Wayne's verse. Well, let me light up one for my problems, smoking on that loud, pumping on that volume, get it cracking like an eggshell, and this motherfucker making omelets, get a bad bitch that posts up like comments. Another chorus, followed by another quick verse from Ross. Came from the hood, ain't nothing changed, still lemon pepper on my motherfucking wings. I sometimes ask myself, do thugs cry? Yes, they do. You remember that story I told you about that guy who was like, I played this. It was like, do thugs cry? He was like, yes, they fucking do.
I do remember.
Yeah, it's like that.
Everybody cries.
Oh, yeah. Everybody got to do it sometime. But the outro is Rick Ross taking a lap, making it like this far and celebrating the album and thanking his fans. I think Lil Wayne really came through on this feature. I feel like Ross could have brought it a little bit more on his verses. That's just me though.
I can see that.
But
Respectively.
yeah, I also gave it a 7 though. 7 out of 10 flat.
Look at us.
We're right there together. Track number 17, we have Blessing in Disguise, featuring Scarface and Zero, coming in at 4 minutes and 56 seconds. Song opens with a like record crackle and some female vocalization. There's some rattling, some drums hit, beat drops. 12 seconds in, Scarface's verse hits. His delivery is deep, it's gritty, He has a lot of bravado to offer on this track. Call it what I'm living like the high life. If only he knew what I had to do to keep my mind right. I tell you, I got 20/20 hindsight. See it in the distance. Hieroglyphics keep the rhymes tight. The song like tells a story more than any other song on the album. Scarface's verse about nearly escaping a shooting and God intervening. Zero delivers a solid chorus. Every time I turn around, y'all got something to say about me, but y'all don't know a damn thing about me. Just what you see. That's what you judge me
Every time I
on.
turn around,
You got something to say
Yeah,
about
it's
me.
a very smooth delivery. Me and you both aren't going to do it justice, but yeah, it's very good.
But y'all don't know a damn thing about me. Yeah, like it's
I feel like that's relatable to a lot of people.
yeah, absolutely.
It's like you don't know who I am.
Yeah,
You
you
don't
ain't
know
been
me.
there.
You're not in my shoes.
You know what's up.
100%.
That's what you judge me on. Ross's verse feels like it has the depth Thugs Cry should have. Uh, we all want to get it, ball for a minute, accept, collect calls, tell our dogs that we did it. Plenty money orders that tell Uncle Kenny taught us. Keep your face clean when you're out here bending corners. Always keep in mind you're falling in love 1,000 times. Regardless what we went through, I'm still right here by your side. Rose petals dripping on the casket. Baby boy done grew into a bastard. This is another favorite of mine off the album. It feels like it has some real like substance to it. The verses both hit, and the chorus brings like the whole song together. I gave this an 8 out of 10. I like this one a lot.
Okay. So this is another one that I enjoyed on the intro. Vocals come in around 15 seconds. It's very solid. I enjoyed the delivery, really aligning with the beat. Like they kind of collaborate with each other, and they flow effortlessly. I enjoyed the hook on this one too. Really flowed well, and I enjoyed it. Like the majority of the track. Every time I turn around, I got something to say about me. And the way that's delivered, it's flawless. But y'all don't know a damn thing about me, and that's added on to that lyrical flow. It's very good. The overall vibe of the song really relates to the song title with some of the verses. Um, you was doing 50 and a 35. The ending is you fit the description of the subject in this incident. We're gonna have to take you downtown for some questioning. Damn, a blessing in disguise if you ask me. I was just about to hit the highway with my last key. Could it be that maybe God intervenes? I liked it. The passing of the torch from Scarface, Zero, and Ross was solid. This is definitely one of the tracks that like it's a 3-person torch, and the way that they all hand it off to each other is really good. Um, this is one of my favorites with the features of artists that I didn't really know compared to like Jay-Z being featured in some of the other tracks or The Weeknd. Like those are guys that are very popular on their own. Um, Unknowns to me, I wasn't really familiar with Scarface or Zero going into this, but this is probably like I said, one of my favorite songs where it's like guys that I didn't know, but they're featured on this, and it's just super solid. Um, I enjoyed the lyrics a lot, and the overall concept of the track was pretty good too, and just the overall vibe was solid. I gave this. We're off by a point here, but I feel like I can definitely up my score because just that line of y'all don't really know a fuck about me. Whatever he said. I butchered a little bit. But anyways, I give this a 7.0. And that will move us on to track number 18. Good Lord help us. Track number 18. I don't think we've ever said that before on this show. Track number 18, Paradise Lost. It's a very interesting intro with a woman talking about to the streets like we did in the 60s. Um, Also, there's little snippets of news reporters just talking on about stuff going on in South Florida. It really takes a minute before we get anything with any lyrical context. The opening, though, Magic City, where the palm trees and the bright lights look so pretty. Don't lose your soul chasing that pot of gold. Um, to me, that was like Chef's Kiss, which you mentioned earlier. But I really like that. The Magic City, which is talking about Florida, South Florida, to be specific. Um, the line, I'm trying to go where I can't go, trying to be what I can't be. I want to teach you what I can't show. We got to reach what we can't reach, trying to shine when the sun won't. It's very uplifting to me with a lot of depth, like those lines. I'm trying to go where I can't go. Um, Me and you both, like, I mean, there's just that next level where it's like, yeah, I don't have that unlocked yet. Like, I just think about like referencing Grand Theft Auto again, like Vice City. It's like you get the version, you get the game or whatever, and it's like, yeah, you can't go there yet. You haven't unlocked that. To me, that's kind of what that means, but it's like a reality for anybody. It's that next level when you're trying to get to it, but you can't reach it. Um, but to me, it's kind of uplifting in a way. And there's just a lot of depth on this song. And I keep saying the word depth, but like, I don't know. I respect Rick Ross a lot in this going into this blind as can be. Um, there's just a lot of powerfulness in his lyrics. Um, the cost of feeling freedom, but they don't understand. If we don't do it now, we really don't have a chance. My sister, my brother, get your money right. Live for a celebration. Build your mastermind. It's time to make a living, my brother. Get your money right. The song is really solid. I keep going back to it, but there's a lot of depth showing the contrast. This specifically, this song, and it's all throughout the album that Ross mentions just Florida, geographically. geographically. What word am I trying to say here?
Geography.
Yes. Well, geography, but specifically Florida. Blah. But just talking about
Geographically.
geographically. Yes, thank you. Um, he's talking about how beautiful Florida is, which if you ever been to Florida, just Oceanside, yeah, it's beautiful, but we don't really think about how rough it can be and the gangs and the drug activity. That's something we don't see. Um, at least you don't picture that when you think about Florida. Overall, I like this. It's not as solid as some of the other tracks as far as the flow, but I feel like the depth of it is really good. I gave this a little bit of a lower score, but overall, like the concept of it and the concept of this album, which I think is kind of a concept album, even flowing with that intro track about being the mastermind, whatever. Um, but this is a decent track. I didn't give it a super high score. I gave this a 6.8, but it's still a pretty solid track.
Okay. For whatever reason, this is like generally where I stopped listening to the album. Not entirely sure why. I like this song, and I've liked a lot of the album up until this point. Maybe it's just because of the length, and maybe it's because like listening to it more like nowadays, I'm like, I like this song a little bit. It's good. Opens up with the buzz with the mastermind. We must take to the streets like we did in the '60s. There's sound of the waves, seagulls, drums, vocalization starts up, growing louder and louder. 55 seconds in, the backing vocals hit. Magic City, with the palm trees and the bright lights look so pretty. Don't lose your soul, chasing that pot of gold. I really like the music on this track. I like it's less trap and a little bit more practical with this drum beat, especially the flute. They bring the flute in on this
I didn't
song.
notice that.
Yeah, the flute is nice. I'm like, ooh, pretty nice, like that. Some finger snapping going on too. Piano keys. Trying to go where I can't go. Trying to be what I can't be. Trying to teach you what I can't show. We gotta reach what we can't reach. Trying to shine where the sun won't. Gotta grind as a gun toke. Kevin Costner has a nice soulfulness to his delivery and really makes the chorus pop. My sister, my brother, get your money right, care for generations, build your mastermind. It's time to make a living, my brother, get your money right. I like that this song wasn't a total flex about being rich or busting shots. It felt a little bit more contemplative. In my opinion, this is where the album should have ended. Like I feel like this would have been like the song to do it. I went higher on this. I gave this a 7.7 out of 10.
Okay.
I like this. Maybe it was because I slept on it for a long time. I listen to it now, I'm like, this is a good song. How did I ever look this as long as I did? Then we get on to track number 19. You know I got it, in parentheses, reprise.
Reprise.
At 4 minutes and 39 seconds. Intro goes on for about the first 30 seconds, done by Pimp C and Rick Ross, with the beat being more restrained. This is followed up with the verse about another 15 seconds before the beat really drops proper. The verses aren't very long, choruses a little bit repetitive. At 2:29, I like the 1 2 3 beat matching up with Rick Ross as the money machine counts. Peeling paper like a bank teller. Me and Hova in the bank, hella paper cuts until you hate cheddar. I take that back cause I'm straight cheddar. Fuck with me, you know I got it. Sexy bitches. I hope she bout it. I don't have to. I don't have too much to. I fucking like. No longer lyrics. No longer lyrics. These are my thoughts at this point. I don't have too much else to add at this point. It's not a bad song, but I feel like there has been a lot better on the album. A number of which could have been better as the closer for the album. Yeah, swap out this with like the last song, boom, perfect end of the album. The song before that, perfect end of the album.
Yeah. Well,
I-
these are bonus tracks too. You got to remember that.
Sure.
But I agree with what you're saying.
So, I mean, for the deluxe, I could go a little higher, but I give this a 5.8 out of
Okay.
10.
All right.
You know, I got it. Yeah, man.
So, funny story about this. This is a song that Ross did with Jay-Z on Magna Carta Holy Grail. Fuck with me, you know I got it. So this was originally supposed to be on Ross's Mastermind album. The beat was sent to Rick Ross, not Riss Ross. Rick Ross, who intended to use it for his
Crisscross.
upcoming album, Mastermind. Jay-Z, Jesus, was supposed to add a guest verse to it, but when he heard the instrumental, he wanted the track for his album. So this is actually on Jay-Z's album. So I don't have a lot of comments for this one. I will say the beat is pretty good. The bass line flow is pretty good. I listened to this one with my headphones on, as I did some of the later tracks, which me and you were talking about off mic. But finishing the notes though, this track hit pretty good musically. Like it sounded really good. I didn't find a lot of depth though in the song, similar to what you were saying, Shane. It missed the mark for me lyrically a little bit. But overall, it was catchy enough. There was a little bit of a slight use of repetition. Overall, I mean, I don't really have a whole lot to add. Um, this one really didn't do a whole lot with me, and I'm kind of in agreement with you that the album could have ended maybe a track before. I didn't really need this. I almost thought it was a little extra. Overall, I give this a 6.4.
Okay.
And that will lead us to, well, that is the finale of the album. That will lead us to the bonus track. Let's take a quick little break, though.
Okay.
I need to pee.
You got it.
And then we will come back and we'll wrap
the
up
bony.
this. Yeah, we'll wrap up part 2 of this episode.
Okay.
All right, folks, we are back with the last track on this part 2 episode that we've brought to you here on WHMS, The Working Hour with Mike and Shane. The bonus track for this week is one that I handpicked. I'm Mike, and I am handpicking the bonus track. And I selected Perfect Day by Lou Reed, coming in at 3 minutes, 46 seconds. So I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on the song. I really like the piano on the intro. For some reason, it kind of reminds me, and I'm going off on a limb here. I don't know if you're gonna take this well or not, Shane, but it kind of reminds me of something Faith No More-esque. Even the vocals, to an extent, while Lou Reed is quite different than Mike Patton, I feel like it's something that Mike Patton could definitely cover in his own way. I definitely need to listen to the full album, Transformer by Mr. Lou Reed himself, because there's one other song on it that I'm really
I
familiar
can
with.
see it now. I'm listening. I'm listening to the start of it right now, and I'm like,
I'm glad you see that. Yeah, because I listened to it earlier today when I was finishing up my notes, and I'm like, well, Mike Patton in his own right. Let's
music. I feel like it's closer instrumentally than it is like vocally.
Yeah,
Personally,
fair enough.
That's me.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what I mean?
But I feel like he could definitely. It's in his wheelhouse because
Yeah.
he's an amazing vocalist.
I could see Patton laying it down. It's a shame he hasn't.
Yeah. Song has been featured in many movies, commercials.
Just a perfect day. You know what I mean? Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I know we talked about it a little bit. It wouldn't have been last week. It probably would have been 2 weeks ago. We talked about it off mic, how you actually showed me the trailer for the 2012 movie Possession. But honestly...
You're next.
Huh?
You're next.
Was it You're Next? Okay, then didn't pop up on the Google. Anyways, but the most iconic use of the song, which I'm surprised you didn't bring up,
PlayStation?
is in the 1996 film Trainspotting.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I could see it. Makes sense.
So Lou Reed has spoken out multiple times that it's not a drug-related song, but it's said that he kind of humorously denies it to me, which kind of says like, no, it's not a drug song. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
To me, though, personally, it's not really a drug song. It's more of just like having a solid day. I will tell you, though, it is a banger when you've had a few drinks. maybe smoked a little bit of the sweet leaf.
And maybe had a perfect day.
Yeah, but to me, as an adult, just a perfect day could be like literally you got a new fucking vacuum cleaner and you vacuum, then yeah, shit looks good. So to each its own. I like the talking delivery that Lou Reed presents us, where it's just he's just like sangria, fat animals in the park. Like it's very much a talking delivery, and there's a lot of like a orchestral sound that is playing in the background. It really swells at times during the delivery of "It's such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. Oh, such a perfect day. You just keep me hanging on. You just keep me hanging on." Yeah, and the piano that accompanies it, my co-host Shane here, ringing that off to you guys. I don't have a whole lot more for that, for this song than that. It's a solid track. It's really a solid, happy song. I don't really feel anything like dark about it. The drug reference, yeah, I could definitely see it. Just being a person that's buzzed quite often, but even sober, it's a solid song. This was released in 1972, quite a while ago, compared to the album that we just covered. This is featured on as the bonus track. I gave this a decent score of a 7.5.
Okay. So I got there's a soft opening to the song between the piano, slow drums, and the bass guitar. I like at 23 seconds in, and then later, there is a like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the bass. The second half of the verse, the piano becomes more prevalent, as well as some stringed instrumentation that comes in. The chorus pops like 50 seconds in. The vocals change with an almost metallic sound to them. Oh, it's like there's another like there's a different sound to them than like the lyrics that came before that. Yeah, it's such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. The second verse starts up. There is more stringed instruments and what sounds like some brass too. At 2:23, piano gets almost a little bit of a solo. Then the strings play with it. Then the brass as well. Coming off of the song like very slowly like winds down. It isn't like lyrically a very dense song by any means. I would listen. I would list more, but I don't want to end up taking most of the lyrics from this just because there's not a lot to really pick from.
No, it's kind of repetitive in a way.
Yeah. The song sounds nice on paper, having a perfect day and being glad I spent it with you. But it's also a little dark in its nature. You're gonna reap just what you sow. I've also heard that this is like you said, like, maybe I'm a little fucked up while I'm like, this is a perfect day right here, bud. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, you're just driving in your car and you hit a bunch of school children.
it happens. It's a perfect day. All right, I'm
Yeah.
glad I spent it with these kids.
Even though some of them are dead.
But like Lou Reed is like, I mean, he's one of the greats. I honestly like I put him up there with like, um,
Bowie?
not Bowie, Billy
Corgan?
Idol.
Billy Idol, okay.
Yeah,
Billy Squire.
Billy Squire.
Stroke.
Yeah,
Man,
no,
stroke, man.
this song song is a classic though. I gave it a 8.8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Respectable, okay.
Yeah.
Higher than the guy that suggested it in the first place.
Just very good.
But do you remember it?
So.
Do you remember it from Trainspotting at all? Because I know that's a movie you kind of like.
I don't.
Okay.
Really don't.
I don't either, but.
So. Anyway, next week, what are we doing?
Next week's album, we are going to do an album from 1993. This is an artist that's no longer with us. This is an album by Tom Petty, titled Wildflowers.
Okay. And the bonus track will be The Place Where He Inserted the Blade by Black Country New Road. So I think that'll make for a good episode. I feel like those two like will kind of complement each other pretty well.
Yeah, more
If
than the bonus track and the album for this week that we
Yeah,
just did. So
I think so
100%.
anyways. But what overall, what do you think of the Rick Ross album?
It was fine. This is definitely music that I'm not really accustomed to. This is not something I would seek out on our own, which the more and more we do this podcast together, I like the fact. I even texted you today that I was like, this isn't really my type of music. I'm kind of out of my element here, but I don't want you ever to refrain from something like this.
I don't think that like I think before I like get back into something like this, I'll throw you another curveball that you aren't really
Different
expecting.
genre. No, I like that.
That you'll
That's
be like,
yeah,
I'll do my best.
that's the beauty of doing this podcast with you. Whether you're at home and you're listening to this or not, me and Shane both. I'm going to speak for Shane on this. We like doing this podcast just because we get to step outside our comfort zone a little bit,
Mhm.
and we're kind of forced to listen to music that maybe we wouldn't listen to firsthand. Which I feel like you do that more to me than I do it to you. But I like when we throw each other a curveball. So overall, yeah, the album it was solid, and I'm glad we chose it. I'm glad you picked it, and I'm glad we covered it. Overall, I'd probably give it a strong, I don't know, 6.5 to like a 7.2, 7.3. It's not something that I'd probably listen to again. It it will be something that I probably don't ever listen to in its entirety, but there is definitely 3 to 4 songs that like, oh yeah, these are bangers, and I'm glad I experienced it. I'm glad I listened to it. That's the beauty of music, and like I keep going back to it. That's what I love about this podcast is I get to listen to music that I wouldn't listen to on my own. And I think most people, you at home, can even probably relate to it. It's like it might be something totally outside your wheelhouse, but you really enjoy it. So overall, yeah, it was a good album. I don't have anything bad to say about it. I'm gonna even go out here on a bridge and say it was better than the National album we did, even though it was so different. And I think that's the beauty of the Rick Ross album is there was a lot of up and down to a degree. I mean, it's a lot of this. I don't want to say it's a lot the same, but it is an R&B rap album throughout. But the multiple different people that they brought in, Miss Betty Wright, not Betty White, Betty Wright, uh, Jay Z, you got Kanye, you got French Montana,
Mm-hmm.
you got all these people that came together to make that album. So it was a good album. I'm glad we covered it. I'm glad we did it here on WHMS Radio.
Sure, I hear you. Yeah, I liked it. I'm glad we covered this because it was an album that I listened to back in the day before I really started to be a little bit more analytical about the albums I was listening to. So now that I'm like looking back, I'm like, does this really hold water
It
like I
does,
thought
though,
it
right?
did? Yeah,
I think it does.
I think so.
I mean, I went into it blind, and I think it holds plenty of water.
I think
It's a
that
pretty
like
good sized boat.
even like the even the lesser songs on this, I was
We're
like,
still fine. Yeah.
oh, all right,
Some of the
something to
interludes,
this.
the interludes were some of the weakest points, but it's like you're gonna have that with any album we
Yeah,
covered with interludes. They're gonna be
because that's
low
what it
scoring.
is.
Yeah,
It's an
there's not a lot of
interlude.
meat on the bone.
So no, I liked it. I'm glad we listened to it, and I feel like even like more so than I'm glad that like we listened to this specifically. I'm glad that we've kind of gotten a sense for like longer stuff and like how we're gonna handle that moving forward.
2-part episode, motherfucker.
So anyway, this has been WHMS Radio, the working hour style podcast with Mike and Shane. And until next time,
Don't work too hard now.
got it, baby.